games of Mabo. Every single game will be a Carlo Ancelotti SSBB with regard to taxes. Yet we are not finding any solution. First game 4-0, no. Yet I say there was a deliberate plan from Hans Flick. It was a game at Yebabe started. Tough game and the Yebabe. Tough game na Yebabe. But the argument is that okay, Madrid for Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe. Barcelona for ball high line. Into Madrid for Barca. That was the argument then. Because high line, you cannot play it against Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe. Hans Flick was not perturbed. And a ball high line. Now, it was a trap because Madrid for the baller. Sir, Barca for press, so much Caribbean not quickly. No more ball is either Barcelona will get the ball back and regain possession to play whatever they want to play or offside. Into that game, only offside by 12, and then the year say offside FC, Real Madrid. If you do remember, it was a clear plan. Barcelona, you want day. You want day said they be could ball because of the ball. Barcelona are no good. So Barcelona ain't good baller. Omunye team omunye good. To say, for instance, Inter Milan, Sabono ain't good or ye good. Team will be in the profile. There are teams that off the ball, they are excellent. There are teams that with the ball, they are okay. Barcelona with the ball, they are okay. It is a one day they said they be a kuta ball near controller. How do we quickly get the ball from Real Madrid? Yes, set some trap. Highline your bar. They will quickly play long balls. They got the better out of it. Almost so easy. Because on paper, you catch now say, basketball highline partner Vini. Mbappe, no when team you will be surprised. But that's how football tactics works. Hansi has not changed. Games of Maboni, he has not changed. Now Hansi, what baffles me in a second. Sa highline, no, not a Bobby War, Bayern Munchen. But at Bayern Munchen, Joshua Kimmich ball right back. Left back here, Alphonso Davies, Jerome Watson, and David Alaba 4 and 5. But you know how the highline, the man is successful. They say, King, David Alaba or Peso. And they had the better sweeper goalkeeper in Manon Neuer. It's on highline, it was successful because Sabono who born high now beat it offside now. Anya bia Alaba will pay Jerome Watson only pays, but Alaba will pay so the compliments no. And Manon Neuer was sweeping. But when you know what just session said Anya better sweeper, sir. In any case, Pau Kubasini and Nigo Martinez, they do not have the pace, yet the high line has been successful. Now, you push him right in Kakra. And now your ball game 3-2. Ken, Carlo Ancelotti, Sa 4-4-2, a Yaka 1-7, and now no ball 4-3-3. The last time a boy, about 4-1-4-1. Because before the game, the argument is that Carlo Ancelotti may call 4-4-2. You who line up who saw Jude Bellingham. And then I'm Fifi, I thought it was going to be Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe, but game no air cost. It was rather 4-1-4-1. Chouameni, excellent defenders, then you will pay. And this brings me to this argument to say, it looks like Carlo Ancelotti is beginning to understand and accept the fact that midfield one we cannot stop them with midfield. And again, I understand it. It is Sadia. There should one be defensive midfielder Bakua. He is sitting in front of our defenders. Nejumane saying, said Danny Olmo, Oberman Makino. And see, the last game we played, it was Chouameni following Danny Olmo. Baby Obefe Bihana O follow. Today, Rudiger Bobo be Chouameni would have to go back as a centre back. Now Uncle Bob as a centre back. So Uncle as a centre backer. Nature say either Freddy Valverde and now also said Danny Ceballos. As I said, Baku and the defenders name. Because I almost flat midfielder. They be a Barcelona for spaces behind the midfielders. Sadia no more body beer, you're dangerous, they will harm you. It's Debiano from at least from the last game I may share ye our last game, we all can testify, say, games of my body in our last game, and I better kakra. And I boy. It is from the narration of the last game, I am assuming that Carlo Ancelotti will continue. Having one player sits in front of the defenders, Debia. And this game, I would want to go for Danny Ceballos, Sonia Sajumana, Sefedi Vavadi, Yesejumano. Then Jude Bellingham and Danny Ceballos, in this case, Sefedi Vavadi, Nejina, et Sepeka number 6. Wejina winning. Then Kylian Mbappe as number 9. Vinicius Junior operating from the left wing. Now, this is where I want to say, Sevini. Ojideni Wonkwana and left wing one in a natural position. Ken, this time around, Vini is not coming up against Jules Koundé, who has been a tormentor for him. This game, against Eric Garcia. I'm not saying Eric Garcia is a bad player, but between Koundé and Garcia, so you Vinicius Junior now Obia, or remember hard time with Panwa, and you Koundé, not Garcia. It is a sensible game, the man who said, Vini and Sanswe who game no so then I'll begin to know Sakwanangasa this season. No, onye na against Obebo Boni. Onye na against Obebo because Ken, truth be told, Barcelona scores a lot of goals, and this game they will score goals. You cannot stop them from scoring. Miraculously, they know how to do it. Hafinha, you call international break by or more ball was the ball not but he's still gaining the numbers. Hafinha, once you go international break by the ball now stab you. But numbers already still he is getting it because Barcelona will create chances. And then chances creation you cannot stop them. Lamine Yamal creates a lot of chances, and you be a ball no more than you almost. They always find spaces. And it's na Lewandowski person Bobo Nibino. Say Pichichi no so we'll have a conversation about that. With Diagra, Mbappe befa Pichichi ne Diako. You cannot stop Barcelona from scoring. But one thing we can also say, they say, Barcelona defense, are porous. But the difference between Barca and Madrid, they say, Barcelona creates goals, Madrid for nya. Na simple pass, na obi wa over touch it, wa over pass it. There's a set or dribble, na wakobo shot. They also hold you onto the ball, no wako pass it. Decision making up front. Look, Mbappe, Vini, Jude Bellingham, nobody can doubt their qualities.
But
if they
are two players because previous season Toni Kroos Benzema Eboma Vini no was abeji. Now obi mo ma Vini meji. Oje bona no de ko. On Mbappe omontime pass ball. What am passing?
Say omonye good passes.
Omoni ball pass.
Yeah.
Enti ball no space no mo the ball near. Ti Madrid jebo en che.
Ni ajebo ni
and they but omo brain on one side.
And the last game Madrid boy, we say I was complaining say after scoring 3 goals against Celta Vigo. Omo jibola instead of to hold on to the ball. Obi ajibola na no the ball. Inti Madrid jibola omo nche possession. Omo jibola less than 15 seconds ni ajibola ni dey free omo nsem. But omo no be jibola omo bre. That has been their problem. That is why I make us again. Nobody doubts the qualities of Jude Bellingham, Vini, Kylian Mbappe, and those boys out front. But the problem is say they need to play as a team. Anytime Mubiana midfielder Jibola, Vinicius Junior better than in Sasa pass the ball from you. I Mbappe bell running self about you. Sometimes they would have to pass the ball around. Say a quick pass that they will do it. But I say Obia pre no ho and saying Ken Mbappe peg Pichichi agino. And I know say too he wanted hat-trick. But what I say, Vini is not okay with numbers. It's also per numbers. It's the quest for goals and assists, the quest for names. And sometimes, make us all the time, sometimes a Madrid team,
So now Mbappe or 24. Lewandowski or 25. Lewandowski they try some we need team abo ball and because of ball be and chances so we they won't create chances more Madrid team no Vini omone Mbappe omo adwum so beti mama na okay.
Ken the etienne say Mr. At this stage enye Carlo Ancelotti and they say catch Real Madrid players and they say they need to play for Kylian Mbappe. You see, these are things are players someone can say unity with team anymore. You don't need the coach to come and tell you that. Players nankasa okay, say penalty duties Kylian Mbappe bebo. Se pass the bi wo ho na obvious now the member striker no na so onko say no give inti you would have to play for him because nyame antuma Lewandowski jina park no so they would equally do that for him. Inti that one I agree. Say Mbappe say be starting season here was struggling but how what first so be say 24 goals ayo bia wan say 25 goals say Lewandowski a say ya Goki so betting ya so ntimi last 2 years or said 23 goals or the GP. But this time around 25 goals is not enough. Nature says someone is competing with Lewandowski very well. It's the end the Pichichi they came until the last game Bibia betting yes. A game one entire looks like 80% of football pundits agree says say Barcelona have the advantage. The problem Barcelona will have when they say Barcelona are fatigued or more brutal. Barcelona can or more bre. And the plan on the Medibera game, they said they would try to hold on to the ball more. The more Okuta ball, no or Jena home own to me. It's a Barcelona idea. Say Uncle Brebre will give him say over possible be. And none of Madrid work rates in the Barcelona for suffer. Because if Madrid runs more, we chase Barcelona for no ball free omuntem and sometimes na ball moving more. Barcelona will suffocate after 60 minutes. But my biggest question is Madrid beating sana. Will Madrid overrun Barcelona? And no need problem this is because Madrid for me chasing Barcelona throughout the game. Barcelona will get tired. But I doubt if they will do that. Can game where them say maybe na La Liga ni over. Me who be big gidi be beating yes.
Barca be
Double chance them.
Double chance Barca.
Honestly, unless we are could
so we not draw Barca.
Okay.
That also.
Game where there. Madrid for defense that poor. You know, I mean, so. Eddie, I think the Madrid 4 would have to come back next season and give us a better performance with Jabi Alonso. That's anything. Say, Arsenal for build the Spanish Empire. Omo build the Real Sociedad honest. Na Ateta no ofi Sociedad wa na enyeme wanwa. 4 years ago, Martin Zubimendi. Kentie Zubimendi, Mikel Merino, Martin Odegaard, and an AF midfielders at the Real Sociedad. Odegaard, Mikel Merino, Martin Zubimendi. These were the midfielders for Real Sociedad. Today, next season, they are going to be the midfielders of Arsenal. Some midfield way, na omo pass omo wa. Kine kodro ni mu a wonim de possible on the man at the ball to at him Alexander Isak. It's sa dream midfield no Arsenal for enya aka Alexander Isak na fe o matam Real Sociedad team no e de aba be share Arsenal team no na Arsenal midfielders o matop better for the past 2 years ni nyina no Obian Kami Bebre, Sisse Martin Zubimendi because he's direct replacement for Thomas Partey.
Now, look, Omone Zubimendi and common question.
Oh,
I just say Partey contract a year toss now, Mashas, you know, Obeja.
A name you either say Omejano Quine Amanako or Obets na Obets Taketiasu.
Oh, Jorginho Koflami.
Because Jorginho Echo. Arsenal, they've always been trying to reshape their midfield. Partey, Xhaka, Martin Odegaard. Time Xhaka free wa. Omuni neni nemu maybe na Jorginho de obefo mu kakra who say oba January because they did not have hope in Fabio Vera and Smith Rowe and pneumonia there. But Declan Rice banana Orbano. Declan Rice or number 8. Don't know bet me about number 6. The profile nenya Thomas Tay Partey DNB. Mikel Merino na or number 8. Don't bet me about 6 but 10. But the profile nenya Thomas Tay Partey DNB. Maybe what I say. The only profiler is similar to Thomas Partey. Arsenal. Jorginho. And Jorginho is so all free club with Mwako. It's me all this while I am not perturbed because I felt say na Zubimendi. Ebi Ajabi Alonso the never come Madrid. But Zubimendi bana obana a direct profile. Na style no a Partey DNA bia. Inti se Zubimendi ba. Then we are looking at Zubimendi, Udigard, Mikel Merino, he made for Declan Rice, he made because Merino, the Minas also made to Declan Rice. But say Arsenal will have 3-man midfield of Zubimendi, Declan Rice, Udigard. On which Mikel Merino. So Arsenal are building not just a midfield for the first 11, but a midfield about Kufrimwa for Frobetinia Sanswabo. And I feel very bad for me near Thomas Partey. He would have to take a decision. Because never me who Arsenal, it looks like they've had a disappointing season. But Andrew Beta is working. Say, Amokofa Juan Garcia, Espanyol goalkeeper. No. Espanyol goalkeeper no Madrid for no more penal. Say Lunin free wa. Goalkeeper Madrid person kofa no sa goalkeeper no. Number for air penal. Arsenal are convincing the guys that's not David Raya. Oh, what they are doing, I think it is good. Now, I can't even if they finish with Martin Zubimendi here now, I can't left winger and center forward. There's a open Nico Williams, Alexander Isak. Isak there na year or Benjamin Sesko. Charlie, if Arsenal are able to do this, I think said they are on the right path. Ken, EPL day. Normally, on a normal EPL season, I cut 3 games in case I say pressure. Baby a league relegation Champions League but say the league egu omo free relegation omo sa mo kra de omo nka ho bi senye sa second relegation battle regional so pa Manchester United or the 15th, Tottenham or the 16th, West Ham United or the 17th, 15, 16, 17 Man U, Spurs, West Ham. In the relegation battle no sanka aswa on say inka we are discussing Manchester, Tottenham, West Ham United attached to it. But it is exactly, but it is always she say it is done. In Tinka ideally first and second or premiership airborne weekend I a normal game. Liverpool Arsenal I a normal game. So say the only argument, the only sort of something we want to be inquisitive about the race for the Champions League. The Newcastle, Chelsea, and a big game. Because City measures Southampton. Possibly. And Nottingham Forest so on Leicester City. I'm just hoping because Nottingham and me who we their last 5 games. It's sad. Their last 5. Tottenham pen on my show. Nottingham form no abba form. Leicester City there, I am assuming say Anye Biano, they will account for them. Now brings back the Chelsea Newcastle game. Ken, no question woman say. First of all, I don't want to pick the lineup. Remember some Moises Caicedo in a right back. A big mistake. Sa style na omu coach in person rotating kakra into Romeo Lavia, Enzo Fernandez for engineer a double pivot. Moises Caicedo engineer right back said be obey event say ama Enzo Fernandez akonenim. Moises Caicedo in this game is needed in the midfield because Newcastle a physical side. Newcastle ye team one ne ba obebo 90 minutes ewie no. Obo say players no will need 1 day off. Obemo wa break. The Newcastle said midfielders need now available. Na sankenye injuries Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes. Na nkebia wenya Jolinton. Ombemo wa bre, but Jolinton is not fit. So we are looking at midfield today of Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and maybe Joe Willock. But Newcastle will run on a 90 minutes or true become bree.
Okay.
And on sample buga, especially St. James wanted the king. When him say the last 3 at Chelsea, Chelsea are 1-0 back, 4-0 back, 2-0 back. Into a grounds at Chelsea and farewell ewo. And I mean just imagine because king say Chelsea lose game when they come on the best sakura. I think say Chelsea should chase say Anye Biani if they do not pick the 3 point. At least or move to stadium what they should pick. So 1 point.
To Manchester United.
Man, you they say one
no,
and last game no Nottingham game no they serious.
Nottingham Forest.
Ti say no. There I can say I was say Chelsea for Anye Bia quarter draw. Because man you attention with Europa and I think say Chelsea will account for them. Now Omako train the last game they drew then we'll have a conversation about that. But this game, Chelsea should not lose.
Well,
they should not lose. And you no cry.
Chelsea, not Newcastle.
Newcastle, Ken.
And the Yami Adu match na game to bet my Muse League near Bessa Kayana. Because se o check La Liga table now. Barcelona was 79 points. 79 points no more no the first and Real Madrid was 75. The points difference between Barcelona and Real Madrid 4 points. 4 points they separate are two sides we. It means say Sanyamiya Adoma Barcelona winia or they call 82 points. Or better Real Madrid move 7. It means over for Real Madrid. By Real Madrid winia Madrid at the back 78 points. Now Coca just a point between these two sides. Now Obia train matches Akano. So nyame ya adoma echina game no ken ye be hu se Barcelona be win game a league na say ye be twentwen so ne atwen matches a eda yeni se what check this season Madrid and Barcelona ehia 3 times omo hia wa La Liga e wo Real Madrid fie no Barcelona e ko share ne 4-0 omo sa ko hia wo Copa del Rey Barcelona e share Real Madrid 3-2 je sa trophy no ana omo ko hia wo Spanish Super Cup Barcelona share Real Madrid 5-2. So this season, 3 matches are Barcelona and Real Madrid double. Aggregate akwa 12-4. 3 games in Barcelona win dominate Real Madrid bobo no. So a true say Nancy Omusia this season there, Barcelona and the good results. And Hansi Flick actually clearly say, baby or Carlo Ancelotti this season there no, or no Hansi Flick dominate Carlo Ancelotti. Onim kwa ofaso break Carlo Ancelotti Real Madrid. Onim kwa ofaso neutralize yomo and onim kwa ofaso enya good results ahead of Carlo Ancelotti. So between these two coaches, this season omuchie bia na papa friend say Hansi Flick dominate Carlo Ancelotti, which a fact. I won't mean dispute this fact no. So we start checking this season na. Omumienu about 34 games over the Spanish Premier La Liga. Barcelona win 25. Madrid win 23. This season will league, Barcelona has 91 goals, Real Madrid has 69 goals, and 2 clubs now conceded 33 each. So clearly, so we check 2 teams in our general performance this season our La Liga. Facts and figures nature say the general performance of Barcelona is better than Real Madrid. And going into this game, so offer Barcelona or share Real Madrid this season or Real Madrid. Now we check your general performance of La Liga. Barcelona is better than Real Madrid. It is so clear. Me sure say obi bia o de no cracker asem obi bia o hwe football on use emotions on share the club or supporting the analyzing game no. It clear say Barcelona and your favorite going into this game. Who pedu your favorite bibia indicate say Barcelona and your favorite. By the bia no man sama make can say ye besia kan before see ye besia kan on analyze ya ubenya do your favorite by referee nation na ben na referee ne bono whistle ne say yen game na sia bibia timi sesa obi timi pra obi timi di record bibia timi sesa enti pokra no obi ho your favorite by game nation esha sia situation of the game esesa game no. So the fact say Barcelona your favorite ne nche say automatically Barcelona e ko win game no. By on paper Barcelona e your favorite. Oko Barcelona fan. Baudi etimine Barcelona for aye training. Baudi enya some medical green light no. Aye see obetima available for selection against Real Madrid. Barcelona phone him say Nansenya about the free almost set up ni no. About the left side of omu defense one a whole key. How about the influence Barcelona attack? No, only one I affect Barcelona for because anytime be about the operating or Barcelona setup in Biano or operating as a patrol player. The left side or omu jai ho nyina de man because ono ne be patrol side or the left side or na ama Rafinha etimi push inside. So anytime be about the ewo game Biano obwa Emma Rafinha ho tono osa influence Barcelona for attack. Nancy ya woni hono clearly na affect Barcelona boguko no. Say medical green light na timi aba obeye part of the team but to say obesha ase no ana obi ani Lewandowski so push Hansi Flick say opese o sha ase nyame yado match against Real Madrid. Barcelona mpanyim form person be take risk. No mama Lewandowski a sha ase by Lewandowski push say Barcelona bet match league na ejina nyame yado match na enti opese o sha ase na o contribute na Barcelona win game no na Barcelona timi La Liga no enti opese o sha ase nyame yado match na Barca for say on table 3 omo person be risky boy no. At the same time apart from Lewandowski episode of Barcelona winning game no on one kasa dwen on one kasa so ho because or say achieve or say target the Pichichi. Lewandowski ba Barcelona first season on the Pichichi in 2022-2023 season. That was the first season. The following season a drop back and a better year. The third season ye ka Pichichi race na on the lead or 25 goals and Mbappe or 24. Onim sanyame ya adu match na Mbappe be chassis. Se ono Lewandowski na chassis a play advantage from Mbappe because se Mbappe chassis no onya go bia na we equal and also wato ache no. Ento Felice so chassis a onso betimanya sa advantage na e dia pegu. Ento push Barcelona mpanyin for se on chassis. Se be any last season pokra with Barcelona opese o league no no saji Pichichi no. So Barcelona Baudi and Lewandowski. Only two players you expect to say bibia ansesa on betima be reset happening. Hansi Flick say ne star na obono on sesano waka time without number say debian central for busane say ade na won sesa won sa no coach ne say star na obono how will see attack how will see defend no ono Hansi Flick on sesano by the oye ne say o improve e wo mo style any of approach no ma correct o mo mistake but to say o no Barcelona for better say o mo style of play no on sesano da so e so simple say who koshia Hansi Flick from match day 1 ebesine obi enim kwa Hansi Flick efa so si na akan ensesa ye de oye ne say 3 times in pokra we share Real Madrid no ensesa ye Hansi Flick opese time bia Rafinha a movie inside Rafinha on paper can there is a difference between formation and roles. Say ye bobo formation no how I arrange players on the field of play and na wo paper so no and two bones ye game na see on paper Barcelona bob 4-3-3 and ye kind of formation by game ne cost no role no Rafinha operating no on yet typical left winger and Barcelona she game na say penal mo attack here Rafinha move inside so playing against Real Madrid adia Rafinha ben ye say o move back inside that or be dragging Vasquez I will be operating as a right back our Real Madrid no obe dragging along na a creative space a whole ana Barcelona left back Sabaudi na be chassis se Gerard Martin na be chassis no obetima onya sa space etimi operating our the left side so Barcelona attack bia na Rafinha move back inside now a dragging Real Madrid for a right back time bia no on Lamine Yamal stay wide because Lamine Yamal no ono no je ball na on fa woni players e be ban no se mo yem yenu mo yem yensa akrake to na demonstrate a kire say anytime be abaye ne man marking being it 1v1 2v1 3v1 no ono betima take you on because our dribbling skills are on throw be Barcelona for station Lamine Yamal our the right side no no need ogina ho then Rafinha no be move inside no oba be kada ni omu Pedri and Frankie Dion ho say on benya numbers won finfin ho no metimi dominate opponent centrally enti ukoshia Barcelona and Hansi Flick or padi e kind central control now we nya numbers and I'm say Real Madrid for impress high no Barcelona for defenders ni etiminya time omutimi pass it around e build it from the back so okoshia Hansi Flick anytime bi okra ball ni bia no the oye ne say yem build it from the back you betima attack it from the left you attack it from the right near dominating opponent in our the central midfield area adia ba ko omo say ne say omo pese say player ono ye the key man player who ball ne so Barcelona hu ye hu pa ye Lamine Yamal. And the time you know person Lamine Yamal onya that space to operate. So Salami Yama benya that space akwesi broni ke bibi say overloading to isolate. So Barcelona for the person who creating space Emma Lami Yama. Omo attack bi na most of them players no echo the left side. And for see opponent ne manu push by that side na isolate Lami Yama. So omo je ball na no na Pedri etimi switch play e dey call Lami Yama. So in Barcelona attacking phase no omo use overload to isolate na Lami Yama in that space to attack. So oko check Barcelona kwa omo fa so attack again be anywhere sesa. And so far this season Carlo Ancelotti any opportunity ne Hansi Flick share 3 times. And to me pretty sure say by this time Real Madrid ne Carlo Ancelotti any fair idea about how ombetimi stop Barcelona team no. How ombetimi continue. So it's up to Carlo Ancelotti say for the 4th time this season on ma Hansi Flick mbono. Because ain't mean ba say boku kakraka te say Real Madrid. Coach kesiye te say Carlo Ancelotti. Na this season what now am Barcelona bo ba ku mienu miensa and this season every game be Barcelona be share Real Madrid biano a minimum of 3 goals no a kind the amount. So for the first 4th time me expect Carlo Ancelotti ni Real Madrid for say on bet masse so monoma. Cannot kai Copa del Rey na course no. The second half performance of Real Madrid uhu ne say na very good. Even Barcelona for no much Copa del Rey second half no. Ball na Real Madrid for boy no Madrid for say bibia. Me expecting the same approach from Real Madrid nyame adu mechna. Madrid performance o mu show ye wo Copa del Rey second half no. E wo say eno anomo de chance in that Copa del Rey against Barcelona second half no. Real Madrid for press Barcelona for man to man very aggressive. Oma Barcelona for na feel comfortable on the ball. And it is over kai second half and now for the Pedri mu game no so. Na Pedri mu ntimi and control game ne to say the no open because in the second half Real Madrid for press you very well. Madrid for need to me win ball no and as that time Madrid for need to me grab ball ni bi etimi ball ni bi so a favor Real Madrid for e ka hu bi and yes Carlo Ancelotti ebema adagule asase. So based on the likely lineup asase boboba no me pretty sure say sa Copa del Rey second half performance of Real Madrid no Carlo Ancelotti person use the same approach and the face Barcelona nyame yadu mechna. So playing adagule Dani Ceballos, Fede Valverde and Jude Bellingham finfi hono. Ken sa 4 players who be Real Madrid finfi hono. Nipa for ni netimi krabo. Valverde timi krabo on time lusu ball. Dani Ceballos etimi krabo on time lusu. Adagule the same thing, Jude Bellingham the same thing. So playing these 4 midfielders against Barcelona no, you guarantee and I say you rest assured say ubenya midfielders omunim ball ni kura, omunim pass. At the same time, ubenya a ball carrier and a ball protector. Se Jude Bellingham ekrabo a otimi carry ball no among grammar the former midfielders no opobi otimi carry ball ne better pa e dey call the offensive third and I say opponent ne half Jude Bellingham ubenya no so betima yes ade no Adagule recently I demonstrate actually say u use na man the needed confidence obetima create the amount obetima set the tempo and the direction of play at the amount. So Real Madrid betima a ball carrier, a ball protector, a creator, a tempo setter in the midfield playing against Barcelona. So I quite almost so ball Copa del Rey second round no, second half no, and on a Carlo Ancelotti be use. By Carlo Ancelotti decided say, or kwa boni defensive game. Yen na yen ko gwetri, yen jai ball nema Barcelona. Na yen ball ne ten koma Vinicius Junior ne Mbappe. Barcelona high line no. Rightly as you said, temani ebeshe program na se no. Barcelona is share teams bebree. Teams need to beat Barcelona for high line defense no. By Real Madrid in Kwakushia Barcelona mo high line no I didn't so bebree because one pass na e was say kwa anim ho no pass ni delay a problem. The tosum yenu Real Madrid 4 players omo anim ho no omo ntime omo runs. So the moment on be runs ni bia no na Barcelona high line no achi omo offside. So what's a Real Madrid for? Any so more that style say you defend there ni abobo ne ten Vinicius kofa Mbappe kofa. Yes, sana we too predictable. Barcelona for ni feel comfortable on the game. Game back wa enye kasa tintin biano say ye correct analysis with facts and figures. Na unye biasa ken on paper. Barcelona for ni she game na say as favorite. Say bana Barcelona win game we me to me enye me nwanwa. Biasa Madrid fan makumemu no me ko hebo na ma ko support me Madrid. Mark Bompire Madrid be winni by say ye fair na pesa de no crack asema ken Barcelona for no she game na say as favorite win bi baba as it stands now Barcelona for no and was through say betime win based on form wom Barcelona for no eno na make catch say o ma break akra from last month ebesi this month omabo 11 competitive game. That's 1,050 minutes. It means say every 3 days, 3.5 days, be an over one competitive game. And from last month, ABC this month, Barcelona matches omabo no mako extra time 2 times. Inter Milan and Real Madrid, so definitely omi nipa ombe break akra. By baby edru no, enra mekaye. Hansi Flake say the last push was so omodeko. Se Barcelona decide ni na to omechi. No omo psyche omo. Na omo de show omo trim say ye Real Madrid da ye La Liga na. Me pretty sure say by this time Barcelona players omo me mature no omo experience na kasa kire young guys omo di defeat ni beto omechi no omo pushy sa last push na against Real Madrid win bi beba me te po Barcelona say omo ye favorite was a game we mu Newcastle was St James Park against Chelsea. The Premier League table already in the winner dada. But when the Becker Liverpool who qualify for UEFA Champions League next season, Newcastle at the 4th, 63 points. Chelsea so 63 points. Our more points in an eboso. So what check 2 teams now? Obi a person qualify. It means that Nyami Aduma weekend we St James Park between Newcastle and Chelsea. Wow, Belusu game ni biano. A big disadvantage at the man to qualify for next season UEFA Champions League. Playing St James Park ain't easy. Can you say this season? Spurs are called Kolusu. Man City call Hoko draw. Arsenal Kolusu was St James Park. Liverpool call 3-3. Manchester United Kolusu ye. So all the top clubs and also big clubs our Premier League in this season, Obienu wako for 3 points was St James Park. And it's a Chelsea a part of the top 6 and also top clubs our Premier League. Now Obien to me confer 3 points was St James Park. Chelsea for him say venue no more kono a wedding. And Chelsea for an Casabet might testify to the fact say since 2022 Chelsea in Newcastle fee. Every 2022 the last time a Chelsea question Newcastle fee a 3-0. Rhys James eshe 2 goals and a Jorginho eshe bako. Nay under Thomas Tuchel. And imagine Thomas Tuchel free Chelsea. Up to date, Chelsea Timinko St. James and Kwashe, Newcastle Bobukono. A Chelsea avenue near a very difficult venue at the match Chelsea. By football, said the BA be a possible. And from one set Newcastle a strong with Chelsea bet Marco Wini. A dear Bakwama this season, Newcastle for no almost shared the Nepani a second. Every style of play met me wabo. Newcastle for me decide say, Martina Mikwako Rimno, Mebo ultra defensive football. And to make my City deep, I am very compact. No me jai born the ama opponent no me use counter their shot. And to my back four Dan Ben, Fabian Shea, Trippier, Livramento. On me to my City deep pie close to a goalkeeper. No me three me forwards, Sandro Tonali, Warlock, and Bruno Guimaraes. I am very close to the back four. Then on my 3 players on winning one Murphy, Isaac, and a branch friend say Harvey Benz are acting as floating. And it's almost your close a better or winning ball on the and I'm say opponent na attack be bring spaces away no more they can't take me how. At the same time, on bet me no BM and wabo. Still be a person only Newcastle will and this season no more demonstrate say on bet Marco. But Newcastle for who are then power any almost secret weapon. The edi kind a how or more pressing. Newcastle for a pressing high. 10 young person winning ball no opposition have. And to Kobusa Manchester United, you the first year Manchester United. On better tau, I'm making sure say on be press or one castle half. In their high pressing, omo combining your mommy and son. Omo combining aggression, man marking, and a cover shadow. And to one castle half, no, omo dina also the pressure too, so no a mistake, no ma capitalize or some mistakes, no. And omo a second weapon omo use, omo 3 midfielders, no. Sandro Tonali, Warlock, and Bruno Guimaraes. So who could see Newcastle, not Newcastle for 3 midfielders way who's on the how. Because a 3 midfielders way no and they protected the back line. A 3 midfielders way and a Samo forward line department no a relaxing a free. So the moment a matches are lose this season no a matches on midfielders same so say Chelsea bet Marco away. I could pick 3 maximum points at 1. A how a Chelsea bet me crab no lose boni bebre. Say Newcastle for pressing. And at the tosu yenu a how a Chelsea bet dominating the central midfield area. Yebenya Romeo Lavia, Enzo Fernandez, and a branch friend say Kupama. Say Kai said no betima but right back, but more attack here or inverted become midfielders no. So Chelsea benya numbers to control. And idea back Newcastle for you very good at set pieces, most especially corner kicks, because omu defenders no were on betima pim the amount. By Newcastle for throw teamer, omu shooting from distance. So me expect Chelsea so to me shooting from distance. By all the no crack Asema and also Newcastle game na as favorite. Me be we ma me will Liverpool ne Arsenal game no. Arsenal was 67 points at the second. Man City was 64 points. Man City kobo Southampton. Man City be win this game no or the 67 points. No ne Arsenal nya the same number of points 67. Uko Premier League the separating the league no aye points aba accumulate. Say a pa a goals difference na aba goals for. Say goals difference no Arsenal ewo plus 33. Man City ewo plus 24. And now which goals for Arsenal ewo 64. Man City ewo 67. So say Arsenal for betimi edi omo second position I was on coach Liverpool team no. Say Arsenal now na Liverpool for sure man. It means say a play advantage for Manchester City. Already Arsenal co trophyless. Adi omo de betimi de acheche omo ra na say omo maintain omo second position. By end mean ba say Arsenal co trophyless. Na Man City and the performance this season enso eni no ye be real season wasaba be overtake you there. Ebe ha Arsenal for parking because obi last 3 games aka no. Arsenal dey na obo Liverpool, Newcastle, Southampton. When they compare Man City dey na Southampton, Bournemouth, Fulham. And between Arsenal and Man City dey na 3 matches ne mu eden pa no Arsenal bobuko no by ken dey hu ne say. Onim say since 2012 Arsenal team ko share Liverpool group. The last time omo ko share omo no Podolski and Asante Cazorla 2012 na Arsene Wenger na coach. Omo last 14 visits omo dey akọ Anfield. Omo ntimi nko share Liverpool. By Liverpool forcing himself Magic League no. Omo lose against Chelsea. Omo ntimi nse lose game against Arsenal by Arsenal any excuse. Say also